friends, and welcome to my first ever edition of Ask a Vendor, where if you've got a question you'd love to ask, any question you'd like to ask a big issue vendor, you can do here. Bear with me with the first few episodes. I'm not quite fully. Still trying to sort out my wall. It's all been finished and made, but I'm still trying to sort it out with where I put it and how to work it in my very small house. So bear with me for that. But hopefully, I can work something out. And anyway, I've got two questions for today, which is what I get asked a lot on pitch. And those are, how long have you been doing the big issue? And what circumstances have led you to doing the big issue? So as at filming this episode, I've been doing the big issue for nearly 3 years. I started in July 2022. The edition that was my first edition that I sold was number 666, easy to remember, the number of evil, as they say. It was about neighbours, when it was originally going to, originally the final edition, final episode, with Jason Donovan and Kylie Minogue on the front. Nearly 3 years. And the circumstances that led me to doing the big issue. Back in 2021, I unfortunately had a severe allergic reaction to some medication and spent 6 months in the hospital. Lost the use of my legs. Long story short, I was using a mobility walker for a while, just to get my leg strength back and lower back and my hips moving again. And I really wanted to work because I wanted some money and wanted to be, I guess I'm very much the kind of, I want to contribute to society a little bit. I wanted work, and I was finding nobody's really hiring me too much, just because I had the walker with me and too much of a liability. So I was still friends with her, but I had a friend who was subscribing at the time to the big issue, and she suggested, how about you ask them if you could be a vendor? And I'm like, okay. Didn't know much about the big issue, except for I knew that they were an organisation that helped the homeless. But I'm like, I was kind of put off, because I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a no, and I don't really want to waste my time just if it's going to be a no. So anyway, and I was a bit reserved about calling, and I hate making phone calls. So I rang up, I looked on their website and I rang up, and there was a lovely lady who answered. I can't remember who it was, but I think she was in the main office, and she took my details down and asked me which state I was in, and so Victoria, and then she passed my details off to Gemma and the team at the vendor support team in Melbourne. And I think it was Gemma that gave me a call. I can't remember who exactly it was, but I think it might have been Gemma. Yeah, Gemma, the boss, I think she called me and said, can you come in? We'd like to have a chat about starting up and, all that sort of thing. And so I'm like, sure. And went in, and I've not looked back. So so long story short, the circumstances that led me to the big issue was I was in hospital for 6 months, and with a disability walker, came out with a disability walker, wanted to work, and big issue were hiring always hiring. And yeah, that's it. Yeah, so stay tuned for another edition soon. Yeah, like with anything, if you've got any questions about being a VU2 vendor, drop me a comment on any of my videos or posts. Otherwise, you can email me at vendorrebecca222@gmail.com. Stay rad, stay champs. Until next time.